Hey guys, Bert the Stormtrooper here to talk some more about COPPA, whatever you want to call it, because that's what we all want to be talking about right now, right? So I've been getting a lot of comments and questions and a lot of even suggestions about what to do going forward. And there's a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of questions that I need to address. There's also a lot of misconceptions that I would like to address while we're at this. So first off, for everybody that's been saying that they're gonna miss me, or that they're really sad to see the channel go away, or that they're gonna miss the videos, thank you everyone for the kind words and the support. The channel is not going anywhere. I'm not deleting the channel or taking it down. I'm not deleting my videos or taking any of them down. The channel will continue to be where it's always been. I'm not taking anything away. I know that a lot of YouTubers are doing that. A lot of people are just deleting their content and taking down their channels. I am not going to do that. The only thing that's going to change is that you will not be notified whenever I upload a new video. You're not going to get those notifications. I'm not going to show up in your subscription list. None of that. It's going to be up to you, the viewer, up to you, my beloved subscriber. It is going to be up to you completely to come to the channel to see if I've uploaded something new and then watch it. To be honest, I don't think that's really going to affect me that much because over the last couple of years, YouTube's been taking me down from notifications and subscriptions lists anyway. That's been happening to my channel for years. I've gotten multiple comments over the last couple of years where I'd say about 2, 3 years ago, whenever I would upload, especially on my That's Just Prime videos, if I uploaded a new Prime video, it would get like 10,000 views within that first week. Suddenly it dropped to 100 to 500, somewhere in there, if I was lucky, within the first week. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, my viewership just tanked overnight. And then I started getting comments about a year after all of that started happening. And people would be saying things like, I thought you were gone. I'm glad to see you're back. And I'm like, back? I never went anywhere. People were saying that they have not been notified that I put up a new video. Their notifications were just not telling them that I put up a new video. My videos were not showing up on their subscription lists. This has all been said to me by subscribers, people that have not seen my videos and subscriptions, that my channel completely disappeared from their subscription list. These kind of comments have been made to me now several times by several of you viewers. So the whole thing about the notifications and the subscription list and all that being gone, I don't know that that's really going to affect me all that much because YouTube's been doing that to me anyway, which has tanked my monetization. Where at one point I've never really made like living money off of YouTube. At best, when the channel was doing its absolute best, I was doing anywhere between $200 to $300 a month, and that was at its best, and that only went on for less than a year. And then it tanked, and it's been tanked ever since. So as far as monetization goes, it's really not going to even affect me all that much. I've never really made that much money off of YouTube. So there, I mean, honestly, I don't know that my channel is really going to suffer all that much with all these changes because YouTube's been doing this to me anyway. Other things that YouTube's been doing to me is demonetizing my videos. Sometimes I'll shoot and edit and load up videos ahead of time, sometimes weeks in advance. At times I would have an entire month or month and a half. Like I would have 4 to 6 That's Just Prime videos shot, edited, and loaded, and just scheduled to come out Monday mornings. And while they were waiting in that queue to be loaded, they would just get demonetized for no reason. It's like the video's not even out yet; it's already been demonetized. That's something. The status of my videos is something that I have to check at least once a week because over the last couple of years, my videos will get randomly demonetized for no reason. Old videos that have been monetized and up for years suddenly demonetized for no reason, and I have to appeal them. And like I said, videos that are new, that are waiting in the queue to be loaded, they'll be demonetized. Nobody's watched them, but they're demonetizing them anyway. So again, all of these things have been happening to my channel for the last couple of years, that these new changes don't really seem like they're going to affect me all that much. The algorithm's been screwing me over for years as is. Now, a lot of comments and suggestions that I've been getting. Obviously, My channel is not aimed directly at children. That this is for the adult collector, that kind of thing, right? That I know that. That's what my channel is aimed at. But children do watch my channel. I know that as well. I've had many people tell me, come up to me, they're at a convention or at an event or something like that with their kids. They tell me that they watch with their kids. In fact, a couple of years ago, a couple that I have known for years. I've known this couple for years, but I don't see them on a regular basis. I only see them at conventions or at events. So I'll see these guys maybe 4 or 5 times a year. That's as much as I see them. I don't see them that much. And one time they came up to me at a Christmas parade, and they tell me, the craziest thing happened. The other day, we heard your voice. We thought you were in our house. And they ran into the living room because they heard my voice. And it was their son watching my YouTube channel. They had no idea that I had a YouTube channel. That's how they found out about the channel. So I know that children watch this channel. That being said, a lot of people have made suggestions. And a lot of other YouTubers are kind of taking this approach, and is quite frankly a very dangerous approach, in my opinion. People are making suggestions like, for example, putting a disclaimer at the beginning of the video saying that this is intended for collectors 14 and over. Other people have said, hey, why don't you just start cursing in your videos? That'll make it non-children right away. And some people are using the Toys That Made Us defense. Toys That Made Us has a series on Netflix about toys and how they were made and how they were, made history. And that show is intended 14 and up. And a lot of people are using that defense. Well, if that's 14 and over, then my content is also 14 and over because my content is similar to that. Here's the bottom line. None of that is going to matter. None of it. YouTube broke the law. YouTube broke a federal law. By the way, this is a law that is 20 years old. This law was put into effect back in the year 2000. So it's not a new law. It has been around. That's another thing. I've been getting a lot of people commenting from both sides. They want to blame the current politicians. Others want to blame the politicians that were here before the current politicians. This happened 20 years ago, people. So politics, as you all know, I hate politics anyway, and politics have nothing to do with this. This is a 20-year-old law that YouTube broke. They got caught breaking this law. They had to pay a hefty fine, and they also had to come to a settlement agreement. Part of that agreement was, we will not place targeted ads on videos that are aimed for kids. However, we're leaving it up to the content creators. It'll be their responsibility to mark their videos accordingly. And if they don't, that'll be between the FTC and the content creators. And the FTC said, okay, yeah, we'll do it that way. So basically, they have placed all the liability and responsibility on the content creators rather than on themselves, because that's the way corporations work in this country. They pass the buck. That's just the truth. So that being said, the FTC has made it very clear. This is not YouTube saying this. This is the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, that is saying this. The content of the video, regardless of the intention, the intent, or the intended audience, the content of the video will dictate whether the video is made for kids or attractive to kids, or if it's not. If the video contains visuals of toys, animation, comics, or video games, it is made for kids. That is the FTC's final verdict on it. There is no gray line. There's no gray area for collectors or anything like that. That is their ruling as of right now. So as far as the FTC is concerned, a toy is a toy is a toy. There is no difference, according to them, between the, let's say, a NECA Freddy Krueger figure that's obviously an adult collector from a horror movie. There's no difference between that and, say, something like this, a Playskool Optimus Prime. As far as they're concerned, they're both toys, and toys are made for kids. That's the bottom line as of right now. This video right here is going to be made for kids because there's a visual of Transformers and Ninja Turtles behind me. So just that fact that I'm sitting in this room with this background behind me is going to make this video made for kids. FTC's words directly. I am quoting from their video. You can go watch this on their video about what's going to happen to people not comply to these new rules. Their words were, it is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. YouTube is the barrel. The content creators will be the fish. That is what was said by the FTC representative in the press release. Go watch that video if you don't believe me. I'm not making that up. And I am not paraphrasing. That was a quote. So, that being said, disclaimers, cursing, saying that it is one thing and it's not the other, they don't care. They only care about what they said, which is if it's a toy, an animation, a video game, or a comic book theme, it is made for kids. And the intent or the intention will not matter. The subject matter of, let's say I have a collectible that's made for adults. This is a $400 bust statue that came from the comic book store. They don't care. That won't matter. Saying that I didn't know that this was for kids, that is not going to matter. And finally, the last defense that a lot of people are using is that, well, if YouTube didn't mark it as for kids, then it's not for kids. That is also not going to matter. Now, the YouTube algorithm has very well known to been broken for years now. I mean, just look at all the listed details that I gave you a few minutes ago about what the algorithm's been doing just to me. And it's not just me, it's content creators everywhere. We all know that the YouTube algorithm is broken. Everybody's been complaining about the YouTube algorithm for years. You're going to start trusting it now? Now, this is the time that you're going to trust the YouTube algorithm to decide whether your videos are suitable for kids or not. That's not, I'm not even dipping my toe into that pool. Not going to happen. The FTC won't care whether YouTube marked it or not. The FTC, oh, by the way, to quote them again, they didn't want YouTube to create their own algorithm. They told them don't do it. YouTube did it anyway as a way to cover their own behinds. But the FTC did not want that algorithm. They will not be using it. They will not be counting on it. So, again, the defense that the YouTube algorithm didn't mark it as a made for kids will not work. Saying that it didn't matter or that you didn't know will not work or will not matter. Saying that my intended audience is this versus that will not matter. Disclaimers and cursing will not matter. The only thing that will matter is what can you see in the video, and if FTC is going to decide whether that is for kids or not, and did you mark it accordingly. And if you didn't, you're going to have to pay. Bottom line. Are they actually going to follow through with it? Who knows? I said that this in my previous video. Are they going to have time to go through millions of YouTube channels to see if everybody's marking their videos accordingly? Probably not. I'm sure they're going to have their own algorithms. I'm sure they're going to have interns working on this too. However, all it's going to take is for that one intern or that one algorithm, probably an intern that's been given a quota of X amount of videos that they have to go through. And they go through, say, my channel, and they see me doing a masterpiece figure, and they go, oh, look, this guy's doing a toy, but he didn't mark it. That's all it takes is for one intern that doesn't know the difference for you to get that fine. Or the algorithm to go, yeah, that looks like a toy. He should have marked it. He didn't. That's all it's going to take. Are they going to go through and find people? I think they will. And if you don't think that they will, again, this is something that I mentioned in my previous video, go back and look at the Napster fiasco from some years ago. People got made examples out of. They did. Children got made examples out of. People's lives were ruined over that because the government wanted to make an example of people to let everybody know that they were serious about it. The government is serious about this too. People will be made examples out of, and I refuse to let myself be one of those people. Again, I don't make a living off of YouTube. I don't make a lot of money on this. I don't even get a monthly paycheck out of this anymore because I make less than the threshold. So I usually there'll be 2 to 3 months before I even see any money out of YouTube. So I cannot afford a $42,000 to $45,000 fine per video should I get fined. It's life-changing, life-destroying, and I have a responsibility to my family and to my kids. If that sounds terrible, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I have a responsibility to my family and kids before I have a responsibility to this channel. Okay, so, yeah, play it safe, guys. Don't try to be brave about this or have some stance about this. I'm going to do it anyway and let them come. People are saying that, well, they can take me to court. Good luck taking the federal government to court. If you have enough money to take the federal government to court, then you have enough money to pay that fine. I don't have that. I just don't have that kind of money. Sorry. So yeah, play it safe. If there's toys, animation, video games, or comics in your videos, you should mark them as made for kids. I marked my entire channel, then I went through and unmarked things like the eating challenges. Those are obviously, there's no toys in that. Subject matter is not for toys. Even a lot of my, I thought a lot of the Nerd Rage videos that I did for my car were going to not be for kids, but in most of them I'm talking about toys and Toys R Us and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what, let's just be safe. Let's leave them for kids. So we'll see what happens. I am going to put a link down in the comments. If you want to write a letter to the FTC and let them know, what a lot of people are doing is saying, hey, look, there needs to be a difference between kids or toys for kids, toys for collectibles, the whole TV-14 thing. And there should be. There really should be, because all comics are not for kids. All animation is not for kids. All toys and video games are not for kids. Video games have a rating system. Toys, they don't have a rating system, but there should be something in place to say, hey, this is a toy for kids, and like this El Cid that I'm not even going to touch. If you want to know why, go back and watch my El Cid video. It's not for kids. That's an adult collectible. So there should be. So I'm going to put a link down below. If you want to write a letter to the FTC and let them know what you think, hey, these differences should be made. We've got until the first week of December to write a letter. Be courteous. Don't go in there and just start screaming and cursing at them and blaming politicians. That's not going to do any good. Just, go in and say something intelligent about what the difference should be for toy reviewers. I'm going to do the same. I'll leave the link down below. Again, guys, everybody, thank you so much for supporting the channel. As of the time of this recording, I am about 10 subscriptions away from 14,000. So if this is going to be the end, at least let's get to 14,000 subscribers before this all ends. That would be awesome. Yay. But other than that, thank you for supporting for the last 6 years. Like I said, the channel's not going anywhere. I'm not deleting it. I'm not taking it down. It's going to be here. So I am just going to have to count on you, my viewers, you, my subscribers, to come to the channel yourselves. Just click on the channel, come and see if I've put something new, and watch it, share it, tell your friends about it. This is how the channel is going to continue to grow, is by you, the subscriber, coming in, checking it out, and spreading and helping me spread the word. So as always, thank you guys always for watching, for subscribing. Click subscribe, click the donate button up there, click the bell so that you're notified at least for the next 4 weeks. And I'll talk to you next time.